Hello everyone, it's time for the July 2020 SEO Newsletter. So we've got a lot to cover today. There was a new Google update, top client questions, and when is the best time to post over the holiday? Should you do that post? Find out. Coming up. Alright, so first I wanted to go into some of the lighter stuff, and that happens to be a lot of stuff happening right now in July, some notable days, and as you can see I'm in my casual attire right now for the July 4th holiday and all that good stuff. There's also a ton of kind of odd and interesting dates that are coming up. So first what I'd like to say is that on July 4th we have Independence Day, of course. On July 5th is National Bikini Day. July 6th is National Kissing Day. Do those go hand in hand? I wonder. July 10th is National Kitten Day, which happens to also coincide with our donation request today. So that is Cat Welfare Association in Columbus, Ohio. Please donate to them. They do some great work with cats and kittens in Columbus. My wife and I have actually gotten both of our cats from Cat Welfare, Gwenny and Frankie, and they're just a gas. So do support them there. July 14th is Cow Appreciation Day. So we'll definitely do something then. Stay tuned to our social for that. July 17th is World Emoji Day. I don't really have anything to say about that. July 25th is National Hot Fudge Sundae Day. And as July brings warmer weather this season, it's also National Ice Cream Month. National Ice Cream Month in July. So be sure to get some of your favorite treats as the temperatures do get warmer coming up. I personally like Grater's Black Raspberry Chip. Let me know about your favorite flavors of ice cream in the comments below. I'd be very interested to see what you like local. I love finding new places also. So also we have National Aunt and Uncle Day, July 26th. So do be sure to say thanks to your relatives then. I'm also an uncle, so know how that goes. July 27th is National Creme Brulee Day. So that will be something that my wife and I will get into. We will definitely call Refectory, who I think has the best creme brulee in the city. Again, if you disagree, put it in the comments below. Who has the best creme brulee in Columbus, Ohio? I think it's Refectory. Let me know what you think. Then finally, on July 30th, we have National Father-in-Law Day. So National Father-in-Law Day is then. All right, so let's go into the top client questions of the month. These are the top client questions that I get from my clients. I put them, in a spreadsheet basically each month, and then I answer them at the end of the month. So right now, let's go into it. We have some great questions this month. Very interesting selection of questions. So this first question was one that was asked last month, but it took me a little time to get the answer, and so I wanted to include it now. This is direct from a Google rep that gave me this information. So, what does not apparent mean when dealing with 55 plus? This is again with Google Ads. So, what does it mean when you're targeting 55 and older to say, do they have a child at home? Are they a parent? How does that work? And it says for age targeting, browsers fit into demographic category, which include gender and age range, based purely on the sites they have visited. In addition, certain publishers actually share demographic information they gather from their website and social media accounts. So this was really interesting to me because Google basically said they're actually pulling data from social media accounts, which is very interesting. Now, I don't know which accounts they're looking at, but it is very interesting because it's implying, maybe it's Twitter, probably Facebook, information that Google is actually pulling to put those people into certain demographics. That is pretty big information there. The next question is, how is income determined for retirees who have assets but lower income? So assets but lower income. This is, again, very interesting. When you're older, you might not have a standard income from a job. You would just basically have like a pension or something, which would be lower, but you still have lots of assets. So this is, again, with Google Ads. And basically what the Google rep said is very interesting. They said that household data income targeting is based on census, panels, and survey data. So that is really interesting because it's actually taking into account census data, panel data, which I'm not sure what panel data is, unfortunately, sorry, and survey data, which Google does a number of surveys. So that's very interesting that they kind of go outside of just the normal browsing information. So that is really fascinating. I'd love to know more, but I kind of doubt that Google would give me any more info on that. But that's really interesting. The next question is, this is for Instagram, can you have multiple users on an Instagram account, Jamie? Well, so this is a great question, and unfortunately that is a big drawback with Instagram right now, is that you actually can only have one master account basically for your business or brand account. It's still like a personal account for Instagram. So you essentially have to have just one login that you basically share to other people. You can't have like different users to your Instagram account, which is a real bummer for brands because that's a security risk where you basically have to share your password for your Instagram account. So it is a bummer, but that's just the way it is right now. I know there are some apps that kind of get around this, but direct from Instagram, it's only one username. All right, next question. This is from Frank. It says, how does Google Ads prevent or monitor click fraud in my campaigns? Very interesting, very good question. Again, Google has a lot of algorithms basically that combat this, and they have a site dedicated to this that talks all about ad quality traffic, and let's see if I can open this here. So this is like how Google protects you. And it basically says, if there's invalid activity, it really monitors that. It works really hard because that's important for their business to be reliable and be, accurate and not have click fraud in that sense. Now, that's not to say it doesn't happen, but they do a lot of measures to prevent that. And in my experience, it works pretty well. There's also even further actions that you can take as a business owner. If you specify like location, if you specify certain keywords, obviously, if you're just doing search, if you're doing display ads, then you can obviously target it by websites that a person has been to. You can do searches that they've looked up, and you can really target an audience that way to really prevent click fraud. So there are a bunch of features you can do yourself. And then this page on the newsletter, which is available on our website, cowabundant.com, which you could check out down below in the description, has more information on that to talk about it. So next question is from Kenny. It says, recently someone said I have much lower backlinks than a competitor, but other tools say I have more. Why is this? So that's a great question. So backlink tools are never 100% reliable. It's a good idea to check using different tools. At Cow Abundant, we personally use a number of tools, not just one, to ensure the kind of best flow, because not all the tools work the same, and not all the tools give you the same information. So we will use Ahrefs as well as SEMrush, which are really great tools. And we have paid licenses on them, and we offer them as well to our clients. So we use that where we can do competitor analysis and reports that way too. And usually, almost always, they will say different backlinks, one or the other. I find that Ahrefs is probably a little more reliable. So Ahrefs will be kind of a top. Followed there behind them is SEMrush, which is still very good, but that's kind of where we use the tools. The next question is, does Google Ads give you the IP address of or info about who clicked? No. So Google Ads does not give out that information. It is anonymous information. And wait, anonymous? Yeah. So what? Whoa. Okay, so it's anonymous. I got that word right. And basically that means that they don't give out the IP address. They don't give out, any specific information about you or the user, like who clicks, any of that stuff. There are third-party tools that actually do that. However, that's really a big no, and Google doesn't recommend that at all. In fact, I think it's against their terms of service, basically. But there are tools like HubSpot that do that, and those plans start at $800 per month to get that. Yeah, so anyways, next question is, how can I get my website on Google News? Chris asks. So how can I get it on Google News? So Google News is, obviously something you use like on your phone to check out Google News, and, people are looking at news articles and all this stuff, and this person wanted to know, how can I get my articles on Google News? Well, there's a lot of different requirements to get on Google News, but basically what you should do as a starting point is go to Google Publisher, and Google Publisher is the place where you publish and basically supply a feed to your news articles, and this will show kind of information about it, how to set that up. You have to have a feed from your website that gives information to Google Publisher that then in turn puts it out into the world. So that's how that works, and it's a great tool. The kind of the tricky part of it is that you have to have articles that are within 30 days old. 30 days or more doesn't show. So they have to be within 30 days. They have to follow the guidelines of being a publisher. So there's important journalism rules that have to be followed. And then there's a number of other things to optimize and be shown that has to do with your website and all this kind of stuff. So there's definitely a ton there. But as a starting point, you would use Google Publisher. So the next question and final question here is, should I start my ads over the holiday weekend? Mark J asks. So holiday weekend, big time. A lot of people will be, everyone's on vacation basically. There's going to be 4th of July and National Ice Cream Day, but there's going to be a lot of stuff happening. So the answer is yes and no. If you're posting on social media, the best time to post, like this right here, will be posted on a Thursday before the holiday. And that gives a lot of lead time, and also I'm doing it really early, so I publish like before 8 a.m. even, and making sure that, the ducks are in a row to do that early. If in terms of like posting on social media stuff, if it's for your business, if you're doing sales, if you're doing, product sales, maybe you're closed on July 4th, right? So kind of doesn't matter if you post at all, right? You don't even need to. I obviously recommend doing a July 4th post on July 4th, about the holiday. That's important. If you do have sales, do them as early as you can. Do them right now, for the holiday stuff. And even earlier, right? They should have been the beginning of the week, really. So those are really important. And then if you're doing ads, the yes and no comes from if you're doing like LinkedIn ads. If you do some LinkedIn ads, there's usually less people that are doing LinkedIn when they're not at work. It's common that most people search LinkedIn when they're during working days, and less on after Thursday. Actually Friday is a pretty good day, but definitely less on Saturday and Sunday, and even Monday is less. So that is something you'd want to consider. If you're just posting though, definitely post stuff now. That's fine. Don't worry too much about it if you haven't posted already, just because there might get a lot of chatter and it could get lost in the noise that way. So some other stuff. There are some SEO updates. Again, we won a SEO award that we're really proud of. We're the winner of 2 major SEO awards, so read the article there. Also in this month for SEO, there was a Google Ads policy crackdown, which is kind of interesting. And then also Google had an update on June 20th to 23rd, which did affect SEO rankings, so be sure to check more information or get your SEO audit from our website, which is in the show notes and that sort of stuff. So check that out. Go to our website for that information. And then also we have, we talk a little bit about Rank Math. Rank Math is a tool that we used to update our SEO on WordPress, and we switched from Yoast to Rank Math. And I probably need to do a separate video on that because it's pretty awesome. It's a great tool. We actually did see rankings increase, which was pretty neat. So, that's something we're probably going to talk more about. And then basically another big thing with Google Ads was that there was a Google Ad Credits released starting June 17th to businesses that we work with. Eligible businesses got the gobbledygook, and I say that because I can't say the current situation that's going on because YouTube will block that stuff. So I say that word, the gobbledygook relief event. Basically, you get credits for your business, and that has started June 17th. I've seen up to $750 credit. $300, $100, whatever it is. Some businesses have been eligible if they were running ads like last year. So yeah, check that out if you haven't, and make sure that you run some type of ads by December of this year. So basically run ads this year and your credit will be applied to your account. So pretty cool there. Again, do support cat welfare. That's this month's charity. Also, we had some crazy memes that you can check out on our website, and do check out the Jason Barger podcast. That's a podcast that I personally audio engineer, and we're really proud of that. Get our ebook on our website, and we are a official Google partner. I think that was in May. We kind of finalized some of our employees for that. So that's pretty neat. We've been working with Google for a little while on that. Might have even been April. But yeah, so overall, this is looking like a great time for small businesses and advertising, SEO, all that good stuff. Rankings look pretty solid. There have been a lot of changes, but I think they're leveling off, which is awesome. And be advised for all of those holidays coming up. There's a ton of fun stuff. Thanks again. Please like or subscribe if you found this video helpful. It really helps us out. And be well, be safe, all that good stuff. And leave comments below if you have questions that you would like me to answer in the future. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful July 4th holiday weekend and beyond. Have a wonderful July. Stay safe, be well. Bye, everyone.